It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Buccaneers' veteran quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Buccaneers and the Niners, next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Glad to have you with us, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up here in the broadcast booth. And Brock, one side with a clear advantage coming into this one, coming off the bye week, while their opposition, well, not only are they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. I'm sorry, just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye or in more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, it's time to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. You're going to see a lot of teams in that spot try some big plays early.
Punter Mitch Wishnowsky ready to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their fifth-year quarterback.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
Looking to throw right away. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete, Mike Evans. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. They're brought out by someone who got his first taste of starting last season. Now in his 8th year, Joshua Dobbs.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. They get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. They stick with McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. First down, ball at the 36. Here's Dobbs now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here's Dobbs. That's brought in by Jennings. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Bucs will be backed up pretty deep to start this drive. Throwing now from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 23-yard line.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first. To throw here on 1st down. Hauled in by Godwin. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
White trying this straight ahead. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
They're throwing it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The 49ers and Joshua Dobbs headed back on offense. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Looking to throw, Dobbs. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught by Jennings. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's a 49er 1st down.
1st down, San Francisco.
Running back sent in motion. Spins out of one stop. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Now after the play, we've got somebody shaken up, and as we pause, we see that's Elijah Mitchell, who's in need of some assistance. They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. He'll get this to Samuel. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air, Dobbs. Fights off the and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And we're going to have to pause here. An injured Buck still out there and being looked at now. 4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Moody knocks it through, and that will get them on the board.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. The drive starts with a carry by White. He'll cobble together a yard there. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Again, this is White. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So 2nd down coming up. Setting up a throw. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. Ball on the left hash, the distance 53 yards. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. Across midfield to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 36. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Now it's Dobbs. Completed over the middle. And he gets him around 6 there. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They're going play action. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Third down from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. We're at the end of one in a defensive showdown that has lived up to its billing thus far. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Throwing off the play fake here. That one's incomplete over the middle. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So it'll be 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. That throw finds Kittle. And he gets this forward to the 19. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing his Dobbs. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return starts at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here come the Bucs on offense now. And they'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. On target to Godwin. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
From the 36. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it's gonna be 3rd and short coming up. Palmer motioning right. Shotgun now on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
From midfield on second down. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch.
And the 49ers get there and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
You know, in baseball, they call tip of the cap. I'll tip my cap at that pitcher. I'll tip my cap at that guy that just outdueled me. And sometimes as a QB, against a rush like that, you just tip your cap and you take the sack.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Here's Dobbs. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. One of the tight ends in motion left. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
That one's complete, right side. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Yaya Diaby brings him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Dobbs now. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. That's caught for the first. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They kick the running back in motion. Dobbs escapes the pocket. He's running with it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Motioning one of the tight ends. From the 44 here on 2nd down. Connects on the crosser. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Now we have a timeout for the injured player, and it's somebody they can scarce afford to lose. Deebo Samuel, the one being checked on. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running back sent in motion. Looking to throw, Dobbs. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 28-yard line.
From the 28. To the sideline and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He had the pick, just couldn't hang on though. And this drive lives on to see 3rd down. Motioning Jennings left. From the gun on 3rd down. That's brought in by Jennings. And he gets this forward to the 19. That's a pickup of 9. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. He's on the move. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers go up by 12. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack, because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers bump the lead up to 13 points. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Palmer. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They trail 13-0 here as they go in search of their opening score. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Receiver in motion going left. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 38-yard line.
Up the middle, here goes White. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They run the counter with White. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's White again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
47-yard line.
They go play action on first. Catch made by Bucky Irving. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
That's to his back. Here's Rashad White. And he gets this forward to the 19.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. So here he is, getting his second field goal look of the half. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Completed here to McCaffrey. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a 49er first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. To the air, Dobbs. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Brought in by Ayuk. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's halftime here in this one. The 49ers on the road, but currently with the lead. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Derek Carr, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Caleb Williams, excellent in the victory as his guys up their record to 7-2 now on the year. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a touchdown run in the victory. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return starts at the 3. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Back to throw, Dobbs. He stays up. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They go play action here. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing is Dobbs. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
It's White on the give. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. They motion the slot man right. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Now it's Dobbs. Throw complete to Juszczyk. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 37-yard line.
Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And we have to pause here for an injured player. Ooh, it's Brandon Ayuk, who looks to be in some pain as they tend to him. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's Dobbs now. Fires right away, but incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
He was defended by Bryce Hall.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They bring their tight end left. Here he is on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay ready to head out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10. It's a give to White. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that brings up 3rd down.
Down and 7.
Pass play coming here. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Motioning the tight end now. They'll throw on first. Finds his man, it's Godwin. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39. He'll get this complete to White. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Sending a receiver left. Shotgun now on third down. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Out of the gun, White. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to the air here. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. Trying to find his tight end. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
That's up 4th down.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to throw, Dobbs. Complete to Pearsall. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Pearsall there to grab it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. The flag comes out. This is going to back them up to the edge of the end zone.
Ball start.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Here he goes on the bootleg. Bails out of the... And he'll go down. The Bucs brought pressure and got him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Another try following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 3rd and long for him here. Finding Pearsall. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did. Well, when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
On the return, here's Palmer. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The offense headed back to the field. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing from the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. That's caught at the 25. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Mike Evans with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point
He's throwing for it. Flushed out of the pocket. And he gets into the end zone. That is exactly why they went for 2 right there, Brock. It's back down to a 1-possession game. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust. And they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a 1-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them 1 snap away from a totally different ball game.
Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get 7 on the run, but still 3rd and 13 to go.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To the air, Dobbs. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, but he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Punting unit out now. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Breaks the tackle, still going. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Buccaneers and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Back to throw on 1st and 10. This one's taken in by Otten. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackle made by Jair Brown. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 31-yard line.
From the gun, a run for White. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Jair Brown. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll try and throw it here. That's brought in by White. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing now from the gun. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Bails out of... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Looking for a throw here. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Punt team on the field. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Play action on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
5 yards on the line. And it's Turner down.
They stick with McCaffrey. Big gain, has them across the 40. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on first. Jukes out a one-stop. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 46. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They get 6 and a first down as well. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Now a give right side to Mitchell. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
From the 37. Brought in by Ayuk. It's inside the 10. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers lead by 15 now. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense running back out now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This ball's cut by Palmer. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Has him on the quick hitter. On the move, past the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. White trying this straight ahead. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They're going play action. Hauled in left side. And this one does not go far.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Even with the assist from that defense, still third down here. They'll throw it. Throw left side, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Dobbs. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. This finds Mitchell, complete. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back, motioning right. 3rd down from the gun. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Their punter making his way out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. He sends this away, and oh, this is gonna be a field flipper. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
He'll get this complete to White. And this one doesn't go far. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They motion a receiver left. 3rd and long for him here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Still sticking with the passing game. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage, That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Completes this one to Otten. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. Running it after the penalty. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. A run for no gain doesn't help matters. It's third and long coming up. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. 49ers approaching win number 7 on the year. The Buccaneers add another DB. Third down coming up. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Bucs will be backed up pretty deep to start this drive. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. It's into the hands of White. Pushing it up past the 30. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Dropping back to throw. Got his target. It's Otten. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Second down now, 7 to go. He's dropping back to throw. Flush down now to his left. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Looking to throw it. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Tampa spends its second timeout now. Throwing from the gun here. Got Evans, it's complete. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And it sets up second down. They are throwing it again. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Brings up third down and 10.
Now to throw. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. To throw. He's got it to his running back. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. One final shot here. Getting out to his left. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the 49ers, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.